Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning for those on the West Coast, and thank you for joining us today. We want to change the mood of your day and make it, hopefully, an educational one. I'm Juan Mucio, President of Consilium Consulting. We want you to leave this session with the understanding that standing ahead of your competition and using technology to do so is mandatory in today's environment. We want you to lead your company's digital transformation, not just facilitate it. We value your time. This webinar should not take more than 30 minutes. And remember, for those of you who are attending live this webinar or watching the on-demand replay and that decide to work with us, you will be entitled to get up to 40 hours of free consulting services in your upcoming SAP Business ByDesign implementation. So let's now talk about your business. You have a team of people who are landing deals, managing clients, keeping track of details, and all around making business happen. When you were small, it was okay that these tasks were tracked by spreadsheets. But as your company grows, the business will begin to fall apart and pile up fast. The typical solution is to build a database that keeps everyone's information centralized, and then you build systems and software to access that information. Now everything is easier, but you spend a lot of cash, energy, and resources to have your IT department put this all together. If your company gets new opportunities, you're stuck spending more resources, modifying, and fixing it. Now here's a scary word for you: ERP. ERP is the heavy-duty solution that large companies use to solve the problem that we've been talking about. But you don't necessarily need all this functionality, and you don't have the IT resources or budget of a large company. Today here at Consilium, we want to share with you a sophisticated and smart business solution to optimize core business processes that every business needs to do well. What do I mean by that? I'm sure your business can use some brilliance in accounting, some HR and payroll, supply chain, and more. And I'm sure as well you want to improve your day-to-day cost management and company's profitability. The same people who build the super software that enables large companies to run better built a new solution empowered by the cloud just for you, a small or a medium company. They call it SAP Business ByDesign. There is a way to keep all this smart stuff, but have it fit your needs as a fast-growing company without requiring a big IT department to run it. So thanks again for being with us today. I will leave you now with George Solbes, our pre-sales manager for Business ByDesign.
Thank you, Juan, and good morning, good afternoon to everyone watching us live one more time, and also a big thanks to everyone as well watching us on our on-demand replay. So in just a minute, we'll be throwing a quick poll question. Kindly help us with your answer. And also, as we promised in our email, the Business ByDesign SAP's Best Kept Secrets white paper is now available. So please feel free to download it at any time. Just click on your control panel on the Hangout section to access it. My name is George Solbes. I'm the pre-sales manager here at Consilium for SAP Business ByDesign. Hopefully we can pass a message on how important the cloud is becoming for businesses and companies all over the world. So let's dive right into it. You see, the whole point of Business ByDesign, a cloud-based ERP, is that instead of buying a bunch of discrete applications and then getting IT to integrate them all together, ByDesign is one big application with all the core functions built into it. One application with one interface. So it is simple to learn and use, and of course it doesn't require a big IT department. It is also designed with everyday language and user tips right in. So you don't have to be this power user to know how to navigate through it. And of course, it's modular. So you can use what you need now and use other functions later when you need them. Additionally, when new opportunities rise, you can easily change small things, let's say maybe a simple workflow, for example, or big things like a core process, which keeps you ahead of competition. And speaking of staying ahead of competition, this brings me to our next portion of the webinar. It also comes in with the best analytic tools so your executives can see how business is running at any time. You know, these indicators will help you to improve your company's return on investment by providing forward-looking information. Moving up next, instead of buying yourself a bunch of hardware, which is something that we want to avoid to save costs, SAP will host and maintain this application on their IT systems, which is, of course, easier, it is more secure, and cheaper than patching it all together and maintaining it by yourself. So you get what you need as a service, and you get one predictable bill. With all this, now your company is unified, is agile, and it is efficient. Now, everything that I just mentioned before is ByDesign's sole purpose, and it is what the cloud model is all about. So you get a merge of both worlds, if you will. The best business technology in the market and the latest generation infrastructure and software model. All of this at a fraction of traditional cost and with minimum management effort. Now, allow me to dive into some key features and differentiators for ByDesign. I mean, at the end of the day, we want you to see how flexible yet robust ByDesign is compared to everything else out there. And the number one, very obvious, truly global. ByDesign is currently being run by over 3,600 customers worldwide and is fully deployed in 109 countries in 9 different languages, including, of course, tax and local accounting standard and practices. So when new fiscal or government requirements arise at any level, let's say both state and federal, SAP will deliver in the date and time required so you can lead your companies through the ever-changing domestic and global regulatory environments. We all know that can get really crazy. Coming up next, industries. 29 as of today, 29 available industries covered by this solution. Just to name a few: professional services, wholesale and distribution, high-tech, consumer products, manufacturing companies are covered as well, public sector, and much more. Support. ByDesign support is included as part of your subscription. Let me repeat this one more time. ByDesign support is included as part of your subscription. 24/7 by 365 for both email and phone inquiries for no additional charge. High availability. This is something very interesting. SAP guarantees a 99.6% system availability for your ByDesign solution. So you can pretty much be up and running at any time, at any place. And of course, we have features. So the ByDesign subscription includes access to all new functionality, including seamlessly migrations to new versions every quarter, this at no additional charge as well. So in other words, new features and new functionality to constantly improve your ByDesign experience. This next one is really important. We believe that empowering our customers, empowering SMEs is our most important asset. So ByDesign is empowered by HANA, and HANA is our state-of-the-art in-memory platform. Just to give you an idea, HANA runs 10,000 times faster than a traditional SQL server or Oracle database, which of course allows for faster data processing and compression. And ByDesign also, in this whole theme about empowerment, comes out of the box with a business intelligence. So as of today, more than 420 standard reports and a dozen of KPIs at your disposal. Of course, the cloud model, subscription-based model, or software as a service. What does it mean? This means monthly subscription, so you can have a predictability of your solution expenses. And of course, being a cloud solution, mobility is included under any platform, and also under any device. Call it a cell phone and a tablet, and also for different operating systems, iOS, Windows, Android, and BlackBerry, and if any of you still use that one. Expanding a little bit on security and data centers. Like I said, hosted and managed by SAP on state-of-the-art owned data centers. Again, SAP handles infrastructure, support, and hosting. This is very interesting. No limit data storage for you. You want to upload your entire archive? Go ahead and do so. And also automatic database backups every 2 hours and a full daily system backup of your system. In other words, you don't need a dedicated staff to perform such tasks. SAP takes care of that for you. wouldn't be an SAP solution without best practices, right? So ByDesign helps businesses standardize with pre-built processes, which are readily adaptable when needed. So our best practices allow for ease of implementation with standardized processes and built-in implementation methodologies, meaning less configuration for the system and quicker rollouts. Also, it is easily scalable, meaning that your growing business can incorporate new operational requirements, and it can also expand in new markets without changing ERPs or even changing versions for your current ERP. So you can see how powerful is ByDesign by incorporating these best practices. And finally, additional features. ByDesign is multi-country, operating in different countries under the same database. It is also multi-company. Put it this way, one single system, one single database, as many companies as you want. It is also multi-language, so ByDesign comes out of the box with 9 different languages in case you have operations overseas. It is also multi-currency, in case your company has transactions in other currencies besides, let's say, US dollars. And it's also, finally, multi-accounting. So each individual country, if you have operations overseas, as I mentioned before, will have its own accounting system compliant with legal and local requirements. And everything is consolidated in one central instance, and it is, of course, IFRS compliant. Now, I will move now into a short look and feel of the application by one of your most experienced and handsome members of our team. I'm just kidding, it's just me. And we will move then into our Q&A session. So let's jump right into the demo. Don't worry, this will be a very short 5 or 6 minute demo, look and feel of the system. I really don't want you to fall asleep. So as you can see, this is the login screen for Business ByDesign. Now in this case, we're going to be using the latest version of the system, which is the HTML version. And the HTML version allows you to work and collaborate on any device, cell phones, tablets, laptops, desktops, this without having to download or use anything else. You don't need to download an application or any other software to use the system. Now, as with all cloud solutions, the 3 main elements required besides a good internet connection are a browser, in this case I'm using Firefox, a URL, which is provided by SAP, and of course the necessary credentials to log into the system. In this case, I'm going to be logging in with a sales profile, so the functionality of the system will be tailored to this specific role, but of course, we can configure users and accounts based on your feedback. So let's log in. Perfect. This is the main launchpad or dashboard, and the dashboard will be very different for every single user. This based, of course, on roles and duties. So in here, you can find general information, notifications, emails, alerts, live feedbacks, news, and even analytic information in case you want to have a special report that maybe will help you on your daily duties. What I'm trying to say by this is that this dashboard is 100% configurable. Now, since we logged in with a sales profile, we're going to be doing a quick sales order tour. And more than bore you with general information, I wanted to show you how with ByDesign you can go from general to particular or detailed information. Now, as you can see over here on the left-hand side, these icons over here are what we call now the work centers, or as called in traditional solutions, modules. So the system is 100% clickable. We don't need special codes or transaction numbers to move around the system, and this, of course, is for easier navigation and a more powerful experience. Now, just as a quick side note, if you stop for a second, the interface, it really resembles somewhat the solutions of Microsoft Office. This, of course, is intentional. We want to reduce the learning curve of the application. So, if you know how to navigate in Office, you can navigate in ByDesign. And you will see as I work through ByDesign in just a minute, the system is very intuitive and user-friendly. Now, one more thing before I get into the sales order, and I want to talk about real quick about the business intelligence. Every work center has this section called reports, where you can select specific reports for that work center and take advantage of real-time information for better decision making. So more than 420 standard reports are at your disposal, and these 420 reports are spread out through all work centers within the application. Now let's go into sales orders. Very simple to use. As you can see, it is as easy as clicking. And right off the bat, very detailed information of orders, both open and completed, general information for all historic sales information. Very common to see this. I don't want to waste a lot of time showing you what is in this section. You probably already know by now what elements are involved into a sales order, but I want to take a step further. So taking advantage of the clickable interface, I'm just going to select the sales order on the top and click the ID number. And this will take us to the order where we can see more information. The account, shipping and billing addresses, payment terms, products. But like I said, this is not enough for us. Let's go one step further. I want to click this button over here on the right-hand side, which is the View All button. To even get more information. And this is what I was talking about earlier. From general information, we're drilling down to specific information we want to see. And now is where the document flow comes in. This is something I want to show you of this specific tour. A very powerful option. Since this sales order is completed, I can see it. Let's let it load. There you go. Since the sales order is already completed, I can see the entire process from start to finish. Again, everything is clickable. So if I want to drill down, let's say here in this purchase order on the right, I can do so. But remember, we started in sales. Now we're in purchasing. So let's check what we can do with ByDesign. Let's click this anchor over here to check intermediate steps to get more detailed information. And let's start drilling down. So I see the entire process for purchasing. And this is a process that really empowers ByDesign. Maybe I want to see dates. I want to see when this requirement was generated, who generated it, if a process involved finance, and if it did, I can see what journal entries were affected. Like truly the possibilities, visibility, and collaboration with ByDesign are limitless. Let me go back to the original sales order workflow, or document flow in this case. Perfect. So for this specific order, I started with a sales order, and then a purchase order was generated. We got the item in stock, we shipped it out, an invoice was generated. We received payment from the customer, and it was already allocated into our bank. Like as you can see, very, very powerful, yet very intuitive and easy to use. Now, this interface and the navigation you just saw replicates throughout the entire system. So if you learn how to use, let's say, this sales order work center, you can easily work and collaborate on the rest of the application. Very, very easy to use. Now, hopefully you're still awake. This was just a very quick glance of the product, and I hope you liked it. So just to wrap up, why work with ByDesign and Consilium? Well, we can bring ByDesign to you with all the functionality and the key features you need for a fraction of a cost compared to other solutions and partners out there. Something very important, and we encourage you to take advantage of it, your free customized demo. Feel free to contact us so we can have more specific requirements based in your business and daily operations. Now, as I mentioned before, let's move into the Q&A portion of the webinar. We want to keep it short, as we promised, so please feel free to type a question. Now, just so we keep this interactive, and as we move into our Q&A, we will be putting up a few more poll questions in just a second. So kindly help us with your answer one more time so we can further understand your needs and your business. So let's start our Q&A session right now, and let's check if any questions come in.
Yeah, we have a question from Tim, and it reads, is this solution not too big for my company? And also, do I need a special team or staff to install it or handle ByDesign? Hey Tim, thank you for the question. Actually, 2-in-1. Not at all. Business by Design is a 100% modular solution. This means that you can start small, and as your business develops and grows, you can add more functionality based on your needs. We really want to demystify the idea that SAP is an expensive solution designed only for large enterprise. ByDesign is an affordable, cloud-based solution designed for small and medium companies. Now, on the second part of your question, no, you really don't require a dedicated team or staff to install or handle ByDesign. We, Consilium and SAP, will take care of both aspects for you. SAP's Business ByDesign customers really don't increase their headcount after they go live. So you really can focus on what is important, which is growing your business. I hope this covers your question. There's another one, I guess, coming from Anthony. George, you want to take that one?
Sure, definitely. Let's say, Anthony, it reads, why should my company invest in a solution like this? And why should I tell my boss about this solution? You know, this is a great question, and this is something that always comes up when we approach customers. So I want you to think about one word, innovation. It really all comes down to innovation. If we don't innovate, we fail, plain and simple. Unfortunately, we have seen it in the past and with very well-known companies. So new companies that benefit from the cloud are taking over. Those existing ones are migrating one way or the other, and well, you know, those who resisted that snowball have disappeared over the past decade. Less than 10 years to disappear for companies that were around for a very long time. A great example is Blockbuster. They failed to innovate, Netflix came in, and where's Blockbuster up today? You know, this is a real threat. It's really scary, but real threat. So innovation means new experiences, right? Everything about design is different. Don't be afraid. Like, I'm sure you can speak to your boss about how intuitive the interfaces are, the way you navigate, the fact that you're working in an online environment with full mobility, the migration to new versions without additional charge, the capability to customize, visualize, and work the way you want. That is what empowers the cloud model. That is what we're trying to bring to the small and medium enterprises market. So thanks, Anthony, for that great question. Let me see if there's another one that may come in.
Yes, we have a question from Gene. I'll take it. It says, will information stay secure in the cloud? And also, does the mobility functionality have any additional cost? Hey, Gene, thanks for an excellent question. Definitely, SAP servers are world-class, the highest standards in the market. As George said, 99.96% availability is guaranteed. SAP and Consilium do not gamble with our customers' most important asset, the data. Okay. On the second part of the question, I believe George has mentioned it before. Being a 100% cloud solution, mobility is included out of the box at no additional charge. This feature is available for Apple, actually iOS, Android, and even Windows and even BlackBerry devices. So you can be certain that you can work at any time, at any place. Just as an example, your sales team will be able to enter sales orders online from their mobile devices, and at the same time be able to check product availability, that means stock, as opposed to just entering them offline as they were used to when they return back home at night. There's no extra charge for that functionality. No. I hope that covers your question, though. There's a few more questions. We have another one from Alex. It says, what is the implementation process for Business ByDesign? You want to take that one, George?
Sure. Thanks, Alex, for the question. You know, long story short, Consilium has already some predefined implementation packages that help you save time, money, and resources, and of course, energy. Plain and simple. Of course, depending on the complexity of your business processes, A typical implementation project will take anything between 8 to 12 weeks. And as we mentioned before, we really want to demystify that SAP is an expensive solution designed for only large enterprises. So ByDesign is really an affordable and scalable cloud-based solution designed just for SMEs. And that is really what we're looking for into our customers, to empower them to bring accessible yet feasible yet robust solutions. We can't keep on working the same way we did 30, 20, 10, even 5 years ago. And that is the message that we are trying to send out to you today. So Alex, great question. Thank you very much. Everyone, please feel free to shoot us an email if you want anything else. I don't know if you have any other questions.
Yeah, we have a couple more questions, but we'll take just one more, and we will reach out to those attendees whose questions we didn't have time to address. It's almost 2:30, and we're covering the 30 minutes that we said that the webinar will take. So the question is, I think it's Tom from New York. It says, can you summarize the benefits of Business ByDesign? Hey, Tom, thanks for the question. I want to think about the following: flexibility, disaster recovery, automatic free updates, yes, no hassle around upgrading the version, free capital expenditure, mobility, and security, and a few more things, though. All in one package, focused for the small and medium market. This is Consilium's and SAP's strategy to focus on the mid-market. Bring that expertise and best practices that small and medium companies for a great price, a single price, predictable. Like I said before, everything is changing and evolving, and we are the first to do so, all right? So with that, we're going to end our session for today. Right after we finish, you will see on the screen a quick survey. We would truly appreciate if you could take one more minute to respond it. There's also our contact information now on the screen, showing our main location here in the US and our branches, subsidiaries in Argentina and Mexico, and a way to reach out to us. And please make sure to visit our website at myconsilium.net. So once again, thank you all for attending our webinar. Please stay one more minute answering the survey. It's going to be quick. And have a great rest of your day. Thank you very much.